All right, Allison, thank you very much. Joining us now for more on the gridlock in Washington is Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia. Senator, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
So today we commemorate the discovery of the New World in Columbus Day. Is that an incentive for you all down in Washington to search for a solution?
It sure is. You know, Chris, we weren't sent here basically as public servants to inflict self-inflicted pain upon the people we take an oath to serve. I don't think a Democrat or Republican came here for that purpose. And how we've gotten ourselves into this situation, I will say this. The good news is there are 12 of us, 6 Democrats, 6 Republicans, have been talking for 2 weeks. We've got a good template. We believe that the template that we've put together is something that both leaders are looking at, Leader Reid and Leader McConnell. They need to put the numbers to it. They need to basically put the dates on the CR and the debt ceiling. But this is a good compromise that works well, and it basically can move our government forward, and that's what really needs to be done.
You think you can get a short-term deal done, or is that too scary even to your own leadership?
Well, here's the thing about a short term. We need to get into a budget conference. We need to go back to regular order. To get a big deal, to get rid of the sequestering and all the things and operate the way we should, to let appropriations operate the way it's designed to operate, you've got to have a budget. We can't even get to the budget conference. Our Republican colleagues have not allowed that to happen. I think they're looking at it differently now. We've put this, the 12 of us, 6 Ds and 6 Rs, have put that as part of our compromise. You must go to budget conference to work out a bigger deal and a more fair number, realistic, of how we keep government moving forward.
So we're told that there are 2 big blocks right now. One is theoretical, one is practical. The theoretical one is that there is a significant faction of people, mostly in the House, but some in the Senate, who believe that this is necessary to continue to show that government is broken. Are you dealing with any of that there, where people are saying, I don't want to make a deal, I want people to see that this government is dysfunctional, I want it to stay this way?
I will still say that that is the extreme, Chris. That's the extreme elements, okay? And I understand that. The bottom line is there's enough of us still in the middle, common sense, that know the purpose that we're here. I'm not here to call Republicans names or to say disparaging things about them. I'm here to work with them. And basically, we have a divided government. I understand as a Democrat in the majority party right now that basically you have to work with your colleagues, not against them. And that's what I've been trying to do as governor of West Virginia, my great little state. We work together. We didn't put people in difficult positions or try to embarrass them. So we've got to work through it, and that's all we're trying to do. Susan Collins has been great to work with. We've been there. We got people together. We're going to meet again this morning at 9 o'clock. We've given a good outline and a template to the leadership. I think that they've received it. And I think they've received it in a positive manner. Let's see what they do with it, because it is the crux of having a bipartisan agreement. It's the only thing that has a bipartisan buy-in right now.
Let me ask you something else. Up until this point, the Democrats have been saying, you know, the Republicans are saying they want to sit down and compromise. We went to them dozens of times asking them to sit in conference on the budget. They didn't want to do it. This is just talk. Then you come up with this deal, and we're told that in the deal is this provision to allow agencies to deal with the sequester cuts the way they want to. Now, is that a little bit of a sneaky political move at this time when you're supposed to be above board?
Not really, Chris, because basically what we've said is get flexibility, get a normal accounting procedure so they can move from account to account so that the pain won't be just draconian pain. But they have to do it with the approval of Congress. So it has, if they have a decision that they want to move, they've got to send it back to appropriators. The appropriators will look at that and see if it makes sense and if they can agree with it. So we still have the oversight of Congress.
But are you concerned that it looks like you're adding something to it? That, you know, the Republicans will see this as, oh, wow, you want us to give on Obamacare, and now you want to bring up the sequester? You want us to give on that, too? Are you asking for too much?
No, I understand the concern they have. You know, the health care law, Obamacare, is the law of the land. Sequestering is the law of the land. The only way any of those laws can be changed is through the Congress. So if we're saying, then you have to sit down and meet, you have to discuss, you have to come back with us 2 weeks prior to the debt ceiling, whatever date our leaders agree on. When you come back with us, what agreement do you have? Are you changing the numbers so we don't have a readiness problem with our military? Are you changing the numbers so we don't basically cut Head Start from our children? I mean, these are the things we need to do and live within our budget. We've got to have a grand deal, and Bob Corker, dear friend of mine, has been working with us very closely. We're looking at basically how do we get a Bowles-Simpson approach, where you look at revenue, you look at spending, and you look at reforms. It needs to be done. It's tough love. It's got to be done.
So, Senator, for those who got to enjoy their weekend and haven't been paying attention, do me a favor, give me the bullet points of what's in the deal as proposed.
Well, the bullet points in the deal as proposed, basically, we look at from the Affordable Health Care Act, postponing for 2 years the medical device tax, not expending it, basically, it's just postponing it. That's a compromise. Also, verification of people signing up to make sure they're not scamming or frauding the system. We've all agreed, Democrats and Republicans. Also, we agreed that you have to go to conference. We couldn't even get them to sit down in budget conference. We've done that. We've agreed to the CR and the debt ceiling being extended out. That's up to the leadership. We've got a template that works. We've agreed on the template. Just the facts as far as what the details are needs to be worked out by leadership, and we want to be able to help them.
What percentage do you think you are in terms of getting towards 100%, meaning you have a deal? Where do you think you are right now?
Well, basically, the template, I think we're 70–80% there. Putting the extra 20–25% to it, Chris, is okay. When should the CR come due? When should the debt ceiling come due? So and does that give that time for the budget conference, the budget committees to sit down and work through this? So those are the details that have to be worked out. We don't want these draconian cuts to go in that really might affect how we take care and serve the people of this great country. That happens January 15th. That's the law. Can we meet before that, have an agreement, and move forward? The CR, there's no reason. This is self-inflicted pain. There's not a person I know of, Chris, that signed up for self-inflicted pain upon the people they took an oath to serve. Now, if you have the extreme to say, I just don't care, maybe they better have a gut check of why they're really here. And I'm not calling anybody, but these are people I know. But to have a gut check of why you're here. We're here basically as public service should be the most honorable professions. And we've got to hold ourselves to higher goals than what we're expending right now. It's just, I'm ashamed and I want to apologize to the American people. This is not what we signed up for. This is not what I'm going to sit back and let happen if I can help it.
Well, certainly there's need for leadership right now, and I remember as governor how you helped your people through very tough times down there in West Virginia. So thank you for joining us on New Day, and good luck getting it done, Senator.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
Kate, over to you.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Gunmen have abducted 7 aid workers.